Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Watch. Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
How's it going, guys? And welcome to the Smack Raw Podcast NXT recap episode. I'm your host, as usual, SCS Vince. I'm joined by the Triple H to my Shawn Michaels, as always, every week, Mr. RN. How's it going, my man?
What's good, Brody?
Hey, what's up, man? And today, we got a special guest. Just because it was so good on Monday night's recap, we had to do it twice. Miss Katie Bay. How are you this evening? There we go. Yes. Lean into that gimmick. How are you feeling, Katie? Welcome to NXT.
I'm good. I picked hell of a week to join. I'm excited.
Yes, we have so much to get into. But before we do, we'd like to remind you guys that we're currently live right here on Staying Streamers Twitch channel. Make sure to like and subscribe to be notified whenever we go live, and also want to watch his show, Putting You Over. Really good content there. Speaking of good content, man, NXT gave us a shit ton of good content tonight. Wow, I feel like they knocked it out of the park. Last week's episode got a lot of flack from people saying that there was nothing too special about it, but I felt like from start to finish, I liked this show. There were some like low points here that didn't really mean much, but overall, it looks like we were getting an idea of where NXT is going to be going in the future, especially in the wake of Keith Lee's call up and Cross's injury. Quick NXT in a nutshell. Like, what you guys made of the show tonight?
Go ahead, Katie.
I haven't watched like NXT live in so long, so for obvious reasons. But overall, it was a pretty damn good show. Like, I liked how everything ran. I was about it.
Yeah. What about you, Aaron? In a nutshell.
Yeah, no, they definitely redeemed themselves for the last couple of weeks, and for everything that happened in the last week with Keith Lee and Karrion getting injured and everything, and the lackluster fucking takeover. Like, they wasn't playing tonight.
Yeah, it was good. Like I said, I enjoyed the show from start to finish. I thought it was really, really good. And we'll get into it, but before we do, we'd like to remind you guys that we are the exclusive recap show for Wrestling News World. It's an awesome website featuring very talented writers and other podcasts as well. Make sure to bookmark their page and maybe even check out their premium content as well. If in case you guys miss a show, one of our live streams, you can always go and find it on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SmackRawPodcast. Also, the audio version of the show, it's pretty much everywhere where you can listen to all your audio podcasts, so go ahead and give that a listen. And lastly, please support the show by not only liking, subscribing, and sharing our show, but also heading over to our patreon.com/SmackRawPodcast and subscribing to one of our awesome tiers. Katie, name off a tier and let the people know what they get with that.
The names throw me for some reason.
Uh-huh.
The $10 tier, like off the top rope Spanish Fly.
Top rope Spanish.
It just got rebranded to the Super Kick tier. So, but
okay.
So it's fine. It's fine. Now people know that it got rebranded. So it's a Super Kick tier now. It's a party. So join the party and you get the $10 tier. You get to be added to our Unpopular Wrestling Opinion episode that drops every Thursday night. You can drop a video question, get a video shout out on the show, a question on SmackDown NXT over here with us. You get the stickers from the $5 tier and early access to all our video content. So go ahead and check that out. It supports the show and greatly appreciate it. So yeah, definitely head over to Patreon. One more time right here on the screen, patreon.com/SmackRawPodcast. And like I said, you get awesome stickers like the ones I have right over here. So go ahead and check them out. So with that being said, let's get right into the recap. And we started off hot. We had the current NXT champion. Oh, you know what? Before we get into the first segment, let's talk about Mr. Bad News Barrett, Wade Barrett himself, returning to WWE and being on commentary. What you guys made of him being on commentary? I thought he did tremendous.
He's fucking dope. He was on NWA and a couple other places. Like he definitely found his niche outside of the ring. Like I didn't even notice that he was new or like fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like or just coming on. Like he fits so fucking seamlessly with Vic Joseph. I think Vic gets a lot of slack too, but he's actually kind of dope too.
Mm-hmm.
I think Raw was just too big of a thing for him, like out the gate. But I mean, even on NXT UK and the other places he's been, like I liked them together. I thought they were a pretty dope team.
Yeah. What about you, Katie?
Yeah, basically everything RN just said. Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett's chemistry, like they just fit so well together. Like I wouldn't be mad if when I watch NXT, that's the commentary team. I'd be down with it.
It's pretty good.
Facts.
I mean, also like we'll miss Morrow obviously because he's a great hand, but sometimes his pop culture references could be a little bit much. And I love Morrow. Hopefully he's doing well. Hopefully this doesn't mean that they're replacing him or something's going up with him. Hopefully it's just with everything going on in the world, maybe Wade Barrett was just easier to get a hold of. But overall, great addition by Wade Barrett. He kind of fit seamlessly. Like you didn't skip a beat. Like it felt like these three had been commentating together for years. And also too, he added so much to the match. Talking about how Fandango is one of his best friends that he's known since Florida Championship Wrestling. When Vic Joseph compared Nexus with Undisputed Era, saw the parallels there and saw the ups and downs. And even with the Cruiserweight title match where he's addressed how the Cruiserweights were one of the toughest matchups for him because of their style, and he always struggled with that kind of style. So again, just added great stuff.
And with Karrion Kross's injury, he told him like he literally had to give up a title for the exact same injury. So he's like hearts out to him or whatever. Like he definitely understands. So
for sure,
I like it. It was awesome. Like if you had like with Katie, like she hasn't watched it at all. And if you pull a person off the street and watch this, you would think that he had been a commentator on the show for years. You know what I'm saying? Like it was. I can't even believe that I didn't miss Morrow or I didn't miss Morrow to be or Nigel. Yeah,
I think Nigel, given that NXT UK is coming back and he is from the UK, I think they just might keep him over there at NXT UK and do that going forward.
That was a question I wanted to ask. Both NXT UK's commentators, Todd's back on Raw, and Vic Joseph is on NXT. So who's going to announce NXT UK now?
I mean, Nigel would be the perfect guy to like swing over to
Nigel
NXT UK. I don't know, Morrow with while he's at home. Maybe Morrow, maybe do that. Also, too, maybe Wade Barrett. This is his test run, kind of like auditioning to move over to NXT UK with Nigel. Could be that.
Yeah,
could be
That's
that.
True.
So you were speaking about his comparison with Karrion Kross about dropping the title into injury, and that's exactly what happened. He opened up the show with Scarlett, cut a really, really good promo where he addressed that he was relinquishing the title, and just kind of like mentioned everything as like an obstacle, as a hurdle, and just, I don't know, everything about his delivery, the way he spoke with candor, I loved everything about that, and almost like was ashamed to see him drop the title because like him with the title felt legit. Maybe it was the suit, maybe it was the entrance. I don't know what it was, but I'm excited for Karrion Kross's return, and the fact that he's a former NXT champion solidified him, legitimized him, and the injury kind of is a blessing in disguise because now he's going to be gone. Made a huge impact, fastest rise to the title since Brock Lesnar, and now people are going to miss him, and when he returns, it's going to be a bigger deal because now he has credibility on NXT.
Did we get any timetables on when he's going to come back? No. I didn't see anything.
I didn't. If there was, he didn't mention that on TV. And if there is any information, it's online. It wasn't showed on the actual broadcast. What's your take?
As soon as he came out with like the suit and the sling, I immediately thought of Finn Balor when he had to release the Universal title. And it was also the same injury. It was a separated shoulder. So the parallels were just insane. And as much as the shot was tacky, the hourglass, that's what the fuck it's called. The hourglass and the belt looked really cool and just solidified that he will be back for the title.
Oh, it was an amazing visual. I'm torn between that and William Regal with the NXT title as the thumbnail for the video. for this video. I know for a fact I'm adding fucking Bad News Barrett like PNG in the corner. I gotta add that shit there. I'm already like, you guys can't see it. Katie, you might be able to see it because you're on the Twitch stream. But I have a GIF of Bad News Barrett doing the gavel thing, saying bad news intensifies. So it's staying on there for the entire show, guys. I
love it.
Also, too, I'll be better prepared for next week. I'll probably have like a quick soundbite whenever like something happens on the show. I'm like, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I'm telling you, man, Bad News Barrett coming to NXT is the best thing to happen for the show. It's gonna raise our production values tremendously. It's a shame that Cross is relinquishing the title, but we get an amazing main event next week for that title. We'll talk more about it once we get to that, and we'll actually do predictions before we sign off. But speaking of the titles, we have the NXT title, a tag team title match between Brisango and the current champions Imperium. Imperium attacked from the Brisango from the jump, controlled most of the match. Rare miscommunication between Imperium that allowed Brisango to gain momentum and the win via 2 super kicks by Brisango, by Tyler Breeze, and then the double leg drop by Fandango. New NXT Tag Team Champions, Brisango. Guys, quickly, ups or downs on Brisango getting the titles off of Imperium? Same time. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna send it over to you, RN. Tell me why you're up on that decision.
Because we talked about this the other week. I mean, it's clearly they're going to be transitional champions because Imperium's probably got to go back to NXT UK. So somebody had to get the belts off of them, and Breezango, whatever. Like perfect fucking veteran setup chance for whoever the next champs are. So I think you even called it maybe last week or the week before.
I did it on our takeover show. On our takeover recap show. Just goes to show you guys, you need to watch the show, and especially when I'm on, because I know what the fuck I'm talking about, or at least 50% of the time, because the other 50% of the time I'm losing bets and getting neck tattoos. By the way, after the recording, if you stick by on the live stream, you'll be able to watch me purchase it live after the recording. So stay tuned for that, guys. Katie, why are you up on Breezango being tag champs?
The fact that it's both Fandango and Tyler Breeze's first titles.
Yes, I was going to say that.
In the company in general, and the fact that they both have been here for so long, I watched the live stream you guys did for TakeOver, and I had a feeling, like you said, they were going to be like the transitional champions, which is fine. But the fact that they have this now, it just made me happy to see. Because they've worked their asses off. Tyler Breeze was almost NXT champ 50 times towards the beginning of NXT. So it's just the perfect time.
Yeah.
I love it.
I've long said that Tyler Breeze came up during the wrong era of NXT because he was being built up towards the top right when guys like Finn Balor, Kevin Owens were coming into the show, into the roster, and he just got lost in the shuffle. Like you mentioned, Fandango never has won any kind of title. This is the first title win for both these guys, and that's the one thing I wanted for Tyler Breeze. He's a great wrestler. He's an NXT GOAT. He's one of the forefathers of NXT, and he deserves to at least have one type of title reign. And now this kind of legitimizes them, because now you can say, oh, he's a former NXT Tag Team Champion. How can, look, I love them. They're my boys. But how can Lucha Dragons be former NXT Tag Team Champions, but Breezango can't be Tag Team Champions? They should have beat the Usos at Backlash for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, but they didn't. And also, too, Katie, you probably didn't know about this about me. RN may or may not. But at that same pay-per-view, me and my friend, who always cosplays as Tyler Breeze, finessed me into cosplaying as Fandango, and we went as the Fashion Police, fully confident that they were going to win the tag titles. So 2016 Vince, dressed as Fandango, is very happy right now. Very happy.
I need to see a picture of that immediately.
I have a picture of that, and I will tweet it after the show. If I find it, I'll tweet it after the show. Quick, cheap plug. Follow me at SCS Vince if you want to see that photo. Next up, we have a Damian Priest interview where he basically says the party, the celebration still going on. He gets interrupted by Timothy Thatcher, criticizes about how he behaves himself and conducts himself as a champion, says he should be the first to get a title shot, and Damian Priest just kind of like laughs him off, saying like, I'm more than well equipped to handle you. So it looks like that's the North American title program, which again, interesting that I kind of figured they were going to continue the Thatcher Finn Balor stuff, but given that Finn won, it looks like they're just moving right past that, and that's fine. That's fine. Right. Jake Atlas, he had a match against the returning Tommaso Ciampa. Poor Jake Atlas, man. I love that man to death. I swear, I say that he has like this energy about him that reminds me of like a Kylie Ray or a Bailey when they first came out, where like when they didn't have like the full like presentation, they were just like very nice characters. And I want to root for Atlas. I really like the guy, but they don't give him much to like sink his teeth on.
Bro, like they always want to push like that, and with Velveteen and Gold Dust and all these guys, you actually have an openly gay man where you don't have to make it a part of his story, but you can make it a part of his story and use that and push that and bring in a whole nother fucking demographic that doesn't watch us. Like, I don't understand, like, when they have things literally gift wrapped for them, and he has, like you said, he has something there. You don't know what it is quite yet because he just started, but anybody that watches that man when he comes to the ring, you can see he has something there, some sort of star quality. Like, I just don't understand how they dropped the ball numerous times on such, like, just basic shit that if you just light the fucking match, you'll set off an inferno. Like, they dropped the ball on this, and it's not just NXT, it's WWE as a whole. Like, they just always drop the ball at pivotal moments where they could do so much with it and maybe create another Stone Cold or The Rock. But they're just always so blind to cultural things and just things that are going on in the world in general, so stubborn to not go that route that they just let shit go. Like, it makes no sense to me. It's one of my biggest gripes with WWE.
Yeah. Going back to the match though, Ciampa makes quick work of Atlas and attacks and gets the 1-2-3. Attacks him after the match, solidifying that he's back to heel Ciampa, which, I know me and RN are happy about. We've been saying this. We get flagged by from Matt Ritter from the Smacking the Raw podcast. No relation. He always hates on us for saying that we think that Gargano is better than Ciampa, and he always misunderstood our original reference. We were saying that heel Gargano is a million times better than babyface Ciampa because we can never get behind babyface Ciampa because it kind of just felt like the light beer version of Stone Cold Steve Austin to us. And that's the perfect analogy to me.
There's no other way to fucking put it. And what you can't just skip over that horrific fucking headbutt he gave him to start the match off. That was holy shit. That, like, I grimaced. I don't even know that was a hell of a fucking headbutt. That wasn't no Glasgow Kiss fake ass Drew McIntyre headbutt. Like, he fucked that man up. That was
So, like I said, he attacked him post-match, sent him out in the car, and still attacked him. Poor Jake Atlas again. Bringing back heel Ciampa in a very impactful way. Katie, what did you make of Ciampa's return to NXT?
I've been a huge fan of Tommaso Ciampa, and the fact that he's heel now. I mean, I agree with you guys. Heel Gargano, definitely better than babyface Ciampa. I mean, babyface Ciampa was kind of just there.
Right.
I liked him, but he wasn't like my favorite. But heel Ciampa's, I love it. It's basically daddy's home and he wants Goldie back. That's exactly what this man's here to do.
For sure. How do you? What's your take? Because this is the first time we're having you on the show. So, what's your impression on Jake Atlas? Do you agree with us? Like, there's something there. They're missing something with him. Like, they should be capitalizing on something that he's bringing, but they're not. For the most part, he's had in a couple wins here and there, but nothing too big to solidify himself as a player here in NXT just yet.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, when they did the cruiserweight tournament thing on NXT, I saw that he's tremendously talented, and they really are dropping the ball with him just because he doesn't have an outrageous gimmick doesn't mean you can't utilize the kid. Like, they just don't know what to do with him, as they are with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, you can't even use him being gay or anything like that, because they just misuse everybody. So it's like,
and here's the thing. You don't ever want to like use someone's sexuality or ethnicity as a gimmick. That's the one thing you don't want to do, and please don't do that with Jake Atlas. So at least they're not doing that, but at the same time, let it be open. He's not ashamed of it. Nobody's ashamed of it.
That's what I'm saying. He's not ashamed of it at all. And like I say, it opens up the opportunity for literally a whole nother sect of fucking society to get behind the product. You got the whole LGBT, or how the fuck I always fuck it up, community. Like, they could have someone that they can say, he's a part of us. Just like how you feel as a Latino, how I feel as a black man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have somebody propped up that someone can latch on to and use to bring you into a whole nother realm. Like I don't understand how, as many smart people as they have there, that no one can see that.
I mean, it's the same thing with Sonya Deville. She's openly a lesbian, and they're not. I mean, they attempted, or they were teasing like a Mandy Rose Sonya storyline, which would have been fucking ridiculous. But again, like, she's openly out. Like, obviously, I love shitty reality TV, so I watched Total Divas. So I watched like her on it, and she has no problem being out with it. And also, have you seen that woman in a fucking suit?
Fire! That's the first thing I said. That was a fire ass fucking suit.
All I gotta fucking say.
She wears a suit better than I do, man. I swear.
Shit, me too, for that matter.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's like, without getting too much into it, we can dive in like on what's wrong on WWE's creative side on both NXT, SmackDown, and Raw, and even AEW. Like, I think wrestling as a whole aren't perfect in terms of booking everybody. It depends. It just takes the right person, seeing the right thing in someone, and just capitalizing on it. What do you guys see in the Candice promo addressing the Tegan Nox? Basically extending an olive branch to her last week to try to save their friendship. Tegan was saying that Tegan wasn't there for her when she needed her help, alluding to her like short stint feud against Dakota Kai. She says she's found the right path, aka being a heel, and she can follow suit or buzz off. So, well, I'll start with you, Katie. What'd you make of that whole video promo with Candice?
I mean, I love Candice. For some reason, her being a heel just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know. Because she's like 5 foot. She used to be blonde, just this cute little thing. And like, seeing her heel is just weird to me, because everything I've seen from her previous has been tough ass baby face, like getting super kicked with thumbtacks in the face, kind of tough badass chick. So her heel, I don't know. But I like the brewing kind of possible feud we're getting between Tegan and Candice. Because Tegan's fucking amazing. And so is Candice, so.
But I feel like with Candice, I feel like you get to see a more aggression side of her with this whole heel turn, which is, at least that's the good part. I was saying that it's on the recap. She should have been the 6th competitor in that ladder match, and at one point, I wanted her to win the whole goddamn thing. And I keep saying that every chance I get, no matter whose podcast I'm on, I'm gonna say Candice should have won that North American title. But this is looking good. You're transitioning to something for Tegan and Candice to do. I think it should be Candice to be the one to take the title off of Io Shirai down the line, and maybe that gives you a hint into where I'm leaning for that Fatal 4-Way next week. So let's move on, though, and talk about Bronson Reed. He had an interview where he talks about how he appreciates Thatcher's enthusiasm, but he's the one that deserves to be the first in line for the North American title, given that he's actually beaten Damian Priest. And long and behold, Austin Theory interrupts him, making a return to NXT. We haven't seen this man in months. He just kind of died off the face of the earth, and now he's back on NXT, taking everything that happened outside of the ring RN, you're a big Austin Theory guy. He was always your guy. What's your take on him being back on NXT? Do you see this at demotion, or do you feel like it was only temporary because of what happened to the injury with Andrade at WrestleMania?
Probably a little bit of all of that, but I mean, I kind of feel like him, like I feel about Dream. Like, I don't know how I feel. Like, yes, that's my guy. Anybody that watches our show knew it. I've been, from the first time he showed up on TV, I was singing his praises, saying how great he is from Evolve and shit, because that's like my little side promotion I love so much. But like, after the shit that you hear about these guys, like, I have a daughter, so it's like, I don't know how I feel about him. I can just honestly say that. Like, it kind of is what it is.
Right, for sure. I get you, man. So, what about you, Katie? Quick thoughts on Austin Theory being back on NXT.
I mean, we really haven't seen him, I think, since WrestleMania. So I completely forgot about Austin Theory. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I forgot about him. I mean, like, they have so many fucking people on all of their rosters. It's impossible for me to try and keep up still. But I mean, I guess like if he's gonna end up feuding with Bronson Reed, I'm about it. Keep him on NXT for a while, sure.
Honestly, I thought the call up to Raw was going to be premature, given the fact that if he was going to fill a tag team role with Angel Garza and start a new faction with Andrade as the head of that faction, I was like, okay, I'm all for it. That's what they did with Angel Garza. They brought him up. I felt like he could have been an NXT champion had they kept Garza down there long enough. Like, you keep that guy over a year, similar to like the same way I feel about Escobar, and we'll get to Escobar in a second. But I feel like if you keep guys long enough and build them up, they can be built up to be top guys of your brand. Just look at Ciampa and Gargano, two of the cornerstones of NXT. Started off as random guys teamed up together in the Dusty Classic, and now they're two of the biggest names of NXT. So I feel like NXT can turn just about anyone. Again, I don't know what's going on with Austin Theory. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Austin Theory. So moving on. We had Mia Yim come out. She had a match scheduled against Mercedes Martinez, but it was scrapped. Robert Stone comes out saying, "Do you really think I was going to allow you to come out here and have a match with Mercedes after what you did to her last week?" No, he starts rambling a little bit more, and then out of nowhere he just falls down. We're like, what's going on here? Shotzi comes out, runs over his leg again. This is like the third time. She replaced Martinez as Mia Yim's opponent. And they had a really fun match. This is a big win for Shotzi Blackheart. She hit the top rope senton from the top, like I said, from the top rope. Basically, coffin drop, but I feel like she does it a little bit more safer. I'm less concerned about Shotzi getting hurt than I am about Darby. I feel like every time Darby does it, I feel like a part of his anatomy dies with him. So, first impressions on the match. I go to you, Katie, and then RN shortly thereafter. But what are your impressions on the match? Everything that happened from Robert Stone's leg being run over to Shotzi to the match itself?
From what I've been catching from NXT, Shotzi running over Robert Stone with that little ass tank is fucking comedy gold. Do it every week. Run him completely over next time. I don't even care. Give me more of it. I'll keep watching NXT if they keep giving me that. But Shotzi and Mia are both fantastic wrestlers. They both have I know Mia has a really long career. I don't know a whole lot about Shotzi's, but their chemistry in the ring was fantastic. Great match overall. I was surprised Shotzi picked up the win, because it was like Mia's like she was ready to go and shit, but I liked it. I mean, it was a good match.
RN?
Yeah, same. I mean, everybody knows how I feel about both these women. Like Mia Yim, I don't hate her. I just don't know what she is or who she is and what her gimmick is. And then Shotzi, like, I'm not into any of her shit outside the ring. I think she's dope as fuck in the ring, and I feel like she definitely is a future women's champion. And the only good thing that Mia Yim I can't say about Mia Yim is she punched Shotzi in the throat when she was doing that stupid ass house. So
yeah,
it was
that was good.
The tank, I'm not into the tank shit either. That little tiny ass thing. I've been
Nah, man, I love the tank. Who else does that
Yes.
fucking shit? That's her. You see that, even though, Travis from Smacking the Raw podcast still has yet to believe that it exists because he only watches the Hulu version. So every week we're like, like when you listen to their podcast, Travis is like, hey, did you see the tank? I'm like, nope, not on Hulu. So until Hulu shows it, it's non-canon for Travis. So that's one of the reasons why I love that tank. One of my another podcast that you should check out, Smacking the Raw. After you listen to our stuff, obviously, they have some running gags too. So I love the tank for that. And she, like I said, there's been so many fan arts with her in that tank. It's iconic. It's her thing. You see a tank, you see the helmet with the devil horns or whatever, you think Shotzi Blackheart. So I liked it. I thought it was good. Question for both of you guys. Given that so many people were speculating that she was a member of the 6 people that were on Raw this past Monday, could this mean that the loss for Mia is a call up? Could this signify a call up for Mia Yim?
I don't even know. I mean, at this point, they need all the women they can get down to NXT because the roster's thin. So unless they got some shit in the background we don't know about or somebody coming up they're gonna sign, like I don't see them calling her up. But I mean, also I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this might not necessarily be her call up, but it's very possible this could lead her to be a part of Retribution in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I was talking to Kyle on the group chat. You saw it. He's like, oh, she's probably gonna get called up soon and shit. Like, no, I'll give you some. I won't give you a flag here because he doesn't watch NXT weekly because he does the AEW show. But it's like, nah, dude, they just don't really care that much about Mia. So they'll give her this loss, and then she'll be on there 2 weeks later and build her up to be like a top person there, and then just slowly bring her back down. So they just kind of use her as in that spot where oh, we need a player here in this match. Oh, throw her in there,
Well, her gimmick's gone. She can't be Keith Lee's girlfriend if he's not on NXT anymore.
Stop it. We're moving on from that.
What's her gimmick?
I'm muting you, RN. I'm gonna live the gimmick. Don't make me live the gimmick. I love you. Don't make me do it. William Regal comes out next to address the NXT title situation and drops a bombshell. Says that next week we're going to be having a Fatal 4-Way match with the 4 best, the 4 most decorated champions of NXT's history: Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Finn Balor, and Adam Cole. And he raised the stakes, saying that this would be a 60-minute Iron Man match. Wow. What of an announcement, taking advantage of the fact that there's no other competition, sorry, TNA on Twitch, you're not. But also given the fact that everything that happened with the NBA, given there's nothing else on TV, there's no other competition, putting on a big time match, and this is how you capitalize on it. They made a big, huge announcement. Immediate, your first initial reaction when you saw and heard that announcement, Katie.
As soon as he said a Fatal 4-Way, I was like, Gargano, Ciampa, Balor, Cole. I was fucking ready because I've watched I've seen all of their title reigns. I mean, no surprise, I'm a big Adam Cole fan, in case you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to be one of the coolest fucking matches in NXT history, TV-wise. TakeOver-wise is a different entity. TV, NXT, this might be one of the best matches they ever have.
Aaron, what was your immediate reaction when you heard that?
The cornerstones, there's nothing else to really fucking say. These are the 4 cornerstones of NXT.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who to fucking root for. Adam Cole's my guy. Everybody knows that. But also, so is Gargano. So it's
you know what?
I really don't know who to pull for in this match.
Save that for the end of the show when we do our predictions, because I'm going to force each of you to and put you on the spot to make a pick before next week's show. So next up, though, speaking of title matches, we had the second of 2 title matches on the show. NXT Cruiserweight Champion Santos Escobar defended against Isaiah Swerve Scott. I thought this was a great match between these 2 guys. They have solid chemistry. I can't recall, RN, you might be able to correct me here if I'm wrong, but I feel like they had like work together back in Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they
it was
had a
there.
long program at Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there. I mean, I knew that this was going to be a fire ass match. I also knew that Swerve wasn't going to fucking win because I mean, there's no such thing as him winning on NXT, but unless he's in a tag match or a triple tag or some shit like that. But this match was fucking fire. This is probably my match of the night. This is the both, like you said, their chemistry. You can tell that they have a certain type of comfortability with each other because of the shit that they do to each other and just how fluid and everything goes. And like it didn't look like they were a choreographed dance. It looked like they were beating the shit out of each other. It was like an action movie. Like It was fucking dope. Like I said, I knew Swerve wasn't gonna win, but I'm not mad at the match at all.
Katie, thoughts?
So I love when the cruiserweights fight because it's just all over the place, fast. Like they're so quick. They're also hella strong. I fucking love cruiserweight matches so much. So I love that NXT is like starting to like utilize them more because let's be real, who actually watches 205 Live? Nobody. Exactly. So the fact that NXT is putting them on there and like giving them the spotlight, let's fucking go. Because that match, I agree with RN. That's probably my match of the night too.
Yeah, it's my match of the night for sure. I actually want to go back and watch it after this, so I'm actually probably gonna do that while I'm recording and uploading the podcast. I'm probably gonna just have it on my TV on the side there. Going back to the match though, towards the end or towards the middle, I can't recall. Legato, the Phantasma, comes out to try to swing things in Escobar's favor. He is able to strike Swerve. Gets him 1, 2, kicks out. So Swerve looking strong here. Brisango comes out to return the favor to Swerve because he came out and helped them in their tag match. I think they were having a tag match or they were being jumped and Swerve came out to like make a save. So returning the favor here and clearly now transitioning to a program with Legato versus Brisango, which is what I predicted on the recap show. They're going to be transitional champions and get the titles on Legato. And this is one thing I like. They feel legit. They feel like a great faction. They're an underrated faction because they're just starting up. But Escobar as the Cruiserweight champion, solidifying that division, making it feel legit. Then you put the tag titles on Mendoza and Wild. This would be a great thing, especially since I have another prediction later on in the show about another faction in NXT and what could be happening there in that regards. But the ending I thought was good. Escobar looked like he was in trouble on the outside. He put on the mask. He headbutts Swerve, knocking him out long enough to get the win. 1, 2, 3. Afterwards, takes off the mask. Clearly, there was something inside the mask that knocked him out. The commentary team was like, "What happened? That was such a what happened? He doesn't normally wear a mask. Like he just knocked him out. He was out cold. Yo, he had something in that fucking mask, man. It's to knock him out, and it was a way to have Swerve lose, but still look strong in defeat. And that's what I liked about this match. Swerve still looks strong in defeat and has the claim to go ahead and challenge once again for that Cruiserweight title down the line.
And that's the only hope I have is because he's on every fucking show. If you ever look, he's on every show in the background. He's on Raw Underground. He's everywhere. So, and like you said, even when he does lose, they still make him look strong as fuck. And like he still looks dope in every match. That's why I'm thinking he's one of their guys they're holding back for when the chips are down. They got somebody to bring out to throw into the title picture. That's how I feel about Shotzi as well. That they're slow grinding them. They're taking L's. Shotzi finally got a nice win, but I feel the both of them. I feel like these are who they're going to groom for their next one, the next two come ups for the women and the men's division. I feel like that's who they got their eye on.
So I'm just going to go ahead and bunch them all together because I don't want to spread them out throughout the show. Johnny Gargano cut a promo addressing how he landed on his neck last week and what if his career had ended, what would it have been for, what would he have accomplished, what would he have left behind. He said he's been building up this kingdom, and the last step for that is to get the NXT title. He calls himself the Iron Man at NXT, and then next week he'll have the title reprove it. And given that I said that it should be Candice to take the title off of Io, and I've been saying that the idea of the power couple of Gargano and Candice would be good as champions, even if it's for a short stint. I would like to see that. We also had Finn Balor cut a great promo, and that's the one thing about his run in NXT. If you want to say the best thing he's doing, would be those those empty room promos, kind of like what Aleister Black should have been doing when he got called up to Raw, but instead he was doing the stupid pick a fight with me promo. But he's every time he gets on this little vignette promo, Finn Balor always knocks it out of the park. It's great. I loved it. He punctuated saying that next week everybody gets what they want. Finn Balor as NXT champion. He was talking about like the trolls on the internet, like all the marks, everybody saying that Finn Balor's gonna go ahead and get the NXT championship, because it's like we have the 4 cornerstones, but I'm not a cornerstone. Yeah. I'm like, what was it that he called himself?
I don't even remember.
He called everybody the 4 cornerstones, right? Or like a crown jewel or something. But he's like, I think he was the focal points, or he's like the main guy of the brand. You know, he wasn't saying he's just some other guy. He's the guy. So I thought it was good, and Adam Cole cut another promo. I'm sorry, I didn't at this point. I stopped taking notes on the promos. Sorry, Adam Cole, you just were regurgitating everything that everybody else was saying at that point. So I didn't take any notes. He also called himself an Iron Man, so it wasn't too original. I like Adam Cole, but I'm sorry, I just stopped taking notes at that point on that promo. But going back to his Undisputed Era mate, Kyle O'Reilly, he had a match against Drake Maverick. It was set up because Undisputed Era attacked them a couple weeks ago. Drake had a match with Killian Dane and was jumped by the Undisputed Era. That was the one that followed up by Adam Cole getting on the mic and challenging Pat McAfee to show up face to face. So Drake issued a challenge on social media, called out anyone from the Undisputed Era, but if I'm not mistaken, he didn't name drop Adam Cole because he knows better. So Drake got some offense in, but ultimately he gets put away by Kyle O'Reilly via submission. Undisputed Era attacks Drake after the match, but Kyle looks like reluctant and almost trying to call it off. Almost like, come on, we don't need to do this. And then Bobby Fish goes to the outside, grabs the chair, but before he's able to use it, Killian Dane comes out, makes the save, forces Undisputed Era to retreat. And Kyle O'Reilly is the only one that doesn't need any offense from Killian Dane, and kind of like felt like the smart guy to like retreat and back away. At one point, I almost thought we were getting the Drake Maverick Killian Dane tag team, but it wasn't meant to be. He goes ahead and attacks Drake Maverick.
I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming.
No, I'm disappointed because I love like these buddy cop type of tag teams, kind of like Team Hell No is like one of my favorite things ever. So I was like, please, for the love of God, give me a plucky Drake Maverick with the grumpy Killian Dane as a tag team. Please let me have that. But it wasn't meant to be. So it looks like Killian Dane wants revenge. They're probably going to set up a match with another member of Undisputed Era next week. Question for you guys. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but could this be the first small step towards Kyle O'Reilly turning face? He was reluctant to attack Drake Maverick. He didn't help out his Undisputed Era comrades. He was kind of like too smart to like know a little bit better. He showed a little bit of remorse. And given the fact that he was a counselor or a therapist for Undisputed Era for a couple of weeks, maybe he grew empathy towards his fellow man and just doesn't want to hurt anybody outside the ring once the bell rings. Katie, what's your take here? Am I reading too much into this?
Yes and no. I definitely noticed that Kyle was like, maybe we shouldn't really attack him. Whatever, we don't need to. I just like made him tap. It's fine, whatever. Mm-hmm. But if this leads to Kyle turning babyface, I honestly just want Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, because if you've seen anything with their careers, their feuds are fucking money. Mm-hmm. So that's all. If that is the result of Kyle turning babyface, give it to me now, please.
Aaron?
Man, fuck all that, man. I don't want it at all, bro. Undisputed Era does not need to break up, just like the New Day. You don't need to break them up, and especially if you plan on, if Cole doesn't win the championship and you plan on moving them up to Raw or SmackDown, stop playing with this shit, man. Either keep them whole and keep it moving, because they're, to me, like, I love all of them, especially Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. But let's be honest, like, them on their own, besides Adam Cole, they're never going to be shit on the main roster. I'm sorry.
I disagree. I think out of all of them, Kyle O'Reilly has the potential to be a top babyface. He strikes me.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that he didn't have it.
No, okay.
To me, I think he has the biggest potential for star power out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying how they look at guys.
Dude, all Kyle O'Reilly has to do is air guitar, and he will be over with the crowd, man. That's all he has to fucking do, dude. Don't come at me. Don't come at me about that.
These are my guys. I just know that if you split them up, it's lights out. The only one that's gonna do anything is Cole.
Yeah,
and that's just
but in all seriousness, though, I get where you're coming from. I don't ever want Undisputed Era to split up. Similar to the same case I make about New Day, never split them up, let them have their own success. But I will say this: I do want to see a babyface Kyle O'Reilly versus a heel Adam Cole because we saw that in the past, and I want to see it on the bigger stage. And here's the thing: you can split them up in NXT. You can have Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish as a tag team, which we haven't seen too much. Adam Cole is still the singles guy. Now you kind of have like an Evolution versus Randy Orton situation from like back in the early 2000s. And then maybe you can add another fourth member to Undisputed Era. Yeah, it won't be the same, but you could always find someone to go ahead and fill that role. You know what I'm saying? And they could always rehash it and do like a situation where Kyle O'Reilly joins Undisputed Era once they're all on the main roster. Because I feel like Roderick Strong can be a singles guy. He just needs to be a heel because babyface Roddy was just not clicking for me. And Kyle O'Reilly could be like one of the top baby faces on the brand. Bobby Fish scares me. He worries me because he gives off dad vibes, and I love dad vibes, but he doesn't strike me as a singles guy. But he's good in the ring. So that's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say, it might be a small step. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I just want to get that whole conversational piece going because it was bugging me the entire time when I saw it. Let's move on to our main events. Io Shirai teaming up with Rhea Ripley versus a team Kai, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Gonzalez. The story of this match was Kai and Gonzalez working as a team, but Rhea and Io not on the same page throughout. I thought the match was good. It was solid. I felt like after the Cruiserweight title match, you kind of like took a dip in terms of intensity. Yeah. It's kind of hard to follow that type of match, but I thought it was good. It told the standard WWE style tag team match. Io was in trouble for a lot of the match there. She tries to make the tag to Rhea, but the ref doesn't see it, so forces Io to come back. Io once again in trouble while she's on the apron. Rhea gets attacked by Mercedes Martinez. Io fights off the team of Kai as much as she can until Rhea's able to help make the save slightly. I think at one point she was going to get struck by either Kai or Raquel Gonzalez, and then Rhea moves her out of the way to kind of save her, unless I'm remembering things incorrectly. But that sounds like something that happened.
It happened, yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't sure. Like I was like, I didn't get a chance to put that on my notes. I'm like, I might be making that shit up, or it might have happened. I'm not entirely sure.
No, Kai tried to kick her in the corner, and Rhea moved her out of the way.
So at that point, Rhea is able to make the tag. However, she isn't 100% following the attack by Mercedes. She eats Gonzalez's finish for the win. Holy fucking shit. In 2 nights on TakeOver with that stare down, and now this pin over Rhea Ripley, they've turned Gonzalez into not only like a big time player and just away from the shadow of Dakota Kai. She's no longer her henchman. Henchwoman. She is Dakota Kai's equal, just like Diesel and Shawn Michaels. The comparison fits fully to a T now. I can see her as a legit threat in that women's division now. She doesn't need Dakota Kai anymore. I don't want to see them split just yet. I want them to be like tag champions at one point maybe. But Raquel Gonzalez, the last 2, slowly but surely I've been on the Gonzalez train. But now I'm really, really behind her. The last 2 things, they made her feel like a big time star. And Rhea Ripley obviously is not done with Mercedes. So Katie, I'm gonna send it over to you and then Arn afterwards. Quick take on the match and the finish and the Mercedes attack.
I mean, the match was all right. It was good, but like after, that Cruiserweight match was dope as hell. So I mean, it kind of just I wasn't like super into it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, all 4 women definitely are holding it down. Like they're all fucking killing it.
Yeah.
After Mercedes gets involved, I really just want to see Mercedes versus Rhea versus Gonzalez. Just the 3 powerhouse women of NXT fucking go at it. Because I don't think NXT's had like powerhouse women like that. And if they have it, it's been a long ass time.
I think Nia, like when she came in.
Yeah.
But she was losing to like she wasn't like really like a legit threat in my ass because she lost to like Bailey and Asuka pretty easily. Like and at one point she was like fucking what's her name? Eva Marie's like henchwoman or something, or like
something stupid. Yeah,
it was something dumb. They were trying to make Eva Marie happen, but it didn't work. Arn, quick impressions on the match. Like,
it was alright. Like, I've tried, and I'm probably gonna get shit on for this, but like, I just got nothing for Rhea Ripley, man. I got nothing. Like, I don't like her. Like, I try to. Like, I don't think I can't pinpoint anything specifically, but like, it's just something about her. Like, I'm not into it, man. I don't know if it's the cockiness or what. Like, I don't know. Just something about her rubs me the wrong way, and I'm not into it. But I am into Mercedes Martinez and Gonzalez, whatever. Like, and like she said, like, these three big ass chicks is pounding the shit out of each other. That's gonna be a fucking fire ass match.
Yeah, just basically quote Big E, talk about big meaty men slapping meat, just like big women, just like bumping me too. Just give us all like the super like big people. We don't want no flips, no super kicks. We don't want none of that. We just want big people just like tossing each other off around and just being hosses in the ring. That's what I want to see. Old school traditional wrestling. That's what I want to see. Back in the old days. Back when wrestling was good. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with my rants. I'm sorry. I kind of like. I don't know if it's the Gatorade. Something's in there.
Are you okay?
Someone spiked my Gatorade or something. I don't know. Maybe the chat got me all hyped up. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Every once in a while, Grandpa Vince comes out. And
you know what? You know what? Here, Aaron's right. From time to time, I just go and blow a gasket randomly on some random shit. But, you know, it's all good fun. I had fun with the show. That's how you know I had a good time watching the NXT. I'm out here, like, geeked up and amped up, like, full to a T. I will say this. Quick shout-out to Rick Havoc, who's in the chat, talking about Super Saiyan Rhea. Because ever since she went, like, the blonde, she kind of looks like a Super Saiyan. Like, so... Just like Reek said, she'll be okay. Super Saiyans get stronger with every battle. So after every defeat, Rhea Ripley's going to get better. And to address what Arn was saying about you not liking Rhea, she coming off like some type of way, that's good. I want to go back to being the heel. You were never like I liked her as a babyface, but she's so much better as a heel. Give us heel Rhea Ripley, like not being able to put away Mercedes or Raquel, and then turns full on heel attacking Io Shirai or somebody else, and just go in that direction. I don't know, or just add some edge to her. Just like you saw, it did wonders to Roman Reigns. Just give that to Rhea. I'm okay with it, man. I think you're probably just like not feeling Rhea in general. I think that's what it might be. But yeah, guys, that was the show. Overall, I thought NXT delivered on a Wednesday where they had no competition by not only the NBA, but also by AEW, given that they're going to be on Thursday. Next week, again, unopposed on a Tuesday. They are heavily advertising this as Super Tuesday. And again, big time match. 60-minute fatal 4-way match. This is perfect because I don't like doing elimination all the time, but the one thing I have, like my one gripe about fatal 4-ways or triple threat matches is that at a certain point it turns into a singles match with people just like resting on the outside, which is a pet peeve of mine. It's fine, it's not a big issue, but the fact that it's an Iron Man match, you can go ahead and like, oh, Gargano has 2 wins, and the dynamic that there's more than just one person in here really adds to the anticipation. Now it's 60 minutes. Holy fucking shit.
And just more people, like there's so many, like you said, there can't be any wrestling if everyone's trying to catch a pinfall. Like that's the part that I'm excited about. So hopefully they give them an hour. Oh, they are. Never mind. We won't talk about 6.
I'm about to mute you, Aaron.
It's fucking late, man. Get off my back, man. No.
So I'm gonna go and swing it to RN before I mute him. Who's your prediction to walk away new NXT champion?
Oh, this is so hard.
On the spot, man.
I love Adam Cole so much. I'm gonna go Finn on this one.
Finn? Okay. I like that. Okay. Katie, on the spot.
Fuck.
Do I need to play the Jeopardy music?
No. Stop. Knock that shit off. My heart and soul wants Adam Cole.
Max.
But fuck. I'm going Ciampa. I'm going Ciampa.
Okay. Nice solid pick. By the way, Colby in the chat says, I hope they give the 60-minute match an hour. Just giving you more shit, right? Okay, my prediction, I'm going to go ahead and say Finn should get this win. I think Finn should get this win.
You know what I was thinking, too?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no baby faces in this.
They're all
I
heels,
love it.
yeah.
I love it. We don't need baby faces anyway.
One fucking baby face. Because, I mean, I guess you could say Finn kind of is, but he's really a tweener. Like, there's no baby faces in this match.
Give me all the heels, man. Give me all the heels.
With that. By fucking each other up with some shit.
And here's the thing. You make this point all the goddamn time, Arn. You always say that Triple H loves his heel champions and doesn't know how to book his babyface champions. He put his 4 biggest heels in the match to be champion. There's no lose situation. I don't think it should be Ciampa because he just came back and I don't really want to see him as champion. I've seen that, done that. I don't want to see it. Adam Cole, we just got seen him done being the longest reigning NXT champion. I do feel like he might go into a program with Kyle O'Reilly down the line, so I want to see those seeds being planted. So it comes down to Johnny Gargano or Finn for me, and I think Johnny can get this championship. I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny does pick up the win here and become a heel NXT Tag Team Champion, which we didn't see. And he didn't even have a long reign as NXT Champion either. He doesn't have long reigns in NXT, period, unless it's as a tag team. But I think it should be Finn. He hasn't done anything of credibility in terms of impact, of big wins. He hasn't won anything since being in NXT. I love the edge. I like the change of direction with him, but he hasn't won anything significant on NXT. A heel Finn Balor as NXT champion, I feel like it's the right move to go, especially on TV, on the USA Network, given that you're unimposed on Super Tuesday. Put it on a guy that the mainstream fans know and be like, oh, Finn is going to be NXT champion. Maybe I'll watch next week since he's our champion. I know him. He was on Raw and SmackDown. So
bring back the Big X belt if he does win.
No, stop it. I didn't like that X belt.
Yeah, bring back the Big X.
No, fuck that belt. It was all right, but it looks like a toy, man. I don't want my titles looking like a toys. If that was the case, I just put the TNT title on Finn, but that's not the case. Quick cheap shot at AEW. Love you, Katie. Thank you for being on the show. Thanks, RN. Any last things you guys want to add before we sign off?
Nah, glad to have you, Katie. I think this is our first show together. Like, definitely looking forward to doing more with you. Mean Jelly Bean Productions on YouTube. Mean Jelly Bean Means on Facebook. Hit us up.
For sure. Katie, anything else?
This was fun. I enjoyed this. And also just make sure you watch tomorrow where I host the Dynamite recap. Yeah,
and also stay tuned for Friday night / Saturday morning where me and Katie will be predicting Payback this Sunday. So look out for that episode too. So if you would like the combination of Vince and Katie, you'll get more of it this week. You get your 3-dose injected right into your veins because it's that damn good.
Let's fucking go.
We'll catch you guys next week for more NXT. Thank you all.